Hello Aquarius, thank you for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the They Lead My Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm using the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Alright, I already shuffled, let's see what we have. You got the Two of Cups at the bottom. So, I'm getting like, but when I'm seeing that Two of Cups, I'm getting like there's discord with it though. I have to be honest. Because what just peeked out from behind it was the Five of Wands. And I'm feeling like this is very pertinent. Like, it's like hot and cold. Sometimes you really get along with this person, sometimes it's just complete chaos. That's what I'm getting here. Now, whatever the situation is you're dealing with, that's the energy that's normal. It's either really good or it's really not. It's either right on point, agreeing, or completely opposite sides of the spectrum. I just feel like that's what we're dealing with. And I'm getting, when you're coming into the situation, it's kind of at a stalemate at the moment when you're coming into it. You're not really engaging with this other side, nor are they with you. You're on okay terms. I wouldn't say you're getting along, but you're not at each other's throats either. And I'm seeing you on the Magician, with the Magician on your side, is like you're doing your best to just keep it that way for now, because you're just like, one more headache is not what I'm needing right now. And it's one thing to have playful banter, it's another thing to be at each other's throats, and you're not interested in that. If it was just a fun, argument, and just kind of like you're just finding out what people think, like, there's a difference between having an argument, a productive argument, and just kind of saying what you think and seeing what they think. But when it's like you're at each other's throats, that's not what you're looking for, and you're not into that. So I feel like the Magician on your side is you're doing your best to control the situation, to keep it at like a peaceful norm. Like, again, you're not really overjoyed with dealing with each other, but you're not at each other's throats. You're not getting along, but you're not at each other's throats. You're just kind of like, it's in this weird quasi mode where it's just kind of like they're there, you're here, it's fine. And you're just doing your best to make sure it just stays that way. What's coming in next? The Seven of Pentacles with the Abundance. You're seeing an opportunity, and so are they, whoever you're dealing with, to actually do something good together, something you're both on the same page with, something you agree on, that you're both passionate about. But the Seven of Pentacles is telling me it's not quite there yet. It's not quite time to do it. But it seems like talks or some type of information is going back and forth between the two of you where you're realizing it's almost time for this to happen. But the abundance is making me feel like you're both looking forward to this. So you're going from this time where it's just kind of in this weird mundane feel, like not really great, not really bad. It's just kind of existing. And the opportunity to actually do something together and both of you enjoy it is coming forward. Now I'm seeing here on your side the Three of Pentacles with a success. It seems like you're starting off where you're ready to do this, but you're putting in some extra effort to make it more convenient for the other side. Because you're like, I know this can go easily awry. So you know what, I'm going to set some things up that I know that they're going to like. And that'll benefit me because they'll be really easy to deal with. And maybe I can get some things that come my way. Maybe I can find, some ways to work this to my advantage too. But I'm going to set this up so it goes their way first. Puts them in a better mood. You're thinking it's going to work much better that way. And I feel like you're setting it up to their advantage, hoping that it'll work to yours in the long run. I feel like that's a good thing. I don't feel like that's a bad thing. But it seems like you're setting the stage so it goes their way first. You're feeling like they'll be happier with that. Now, the situation with the Seven of Pentacles is like it's still not ready to start. But I'm feeling like they're catching wind of what you're doing. And that's where they have the Page of Cups here. They don't really like that. Now, I'm curious why the Page of Cups is saying that they don't really like that. they're seeing the benefit, they're seeing the consideration. The Page of Cups is telling me it's more of like on a passive level for them, but it's like they're being handed something. I don't feel this information is being received well. I don't feel like they like it, which is strange because they got the imagination with the Page of Cups. They don't like being handed something. It doesn't seem like they like that. I don't feel them liking that. And I feel like it's because it's the page. They're okay with it, but it's almost like, I almost feel like one of the reasons they don't like it is because they could have this much, but you're handing them this much. It's almost they feel like you're stunting it on them. This is being taken the wrong way. This is being taken the wrong way. You are doing this for a good reason. You're doing this to try to help them to be nice. It's not being taken the right way. They're catching wind of what you're doing, and they feel like they're being stunted because of it. Like you're controlling the situation, and they don't like it. They're not taking it the right way. When I see the page here, I don't feel good about it. It's like they feel like they should be the king, but they're being put into the page role based on what you're doing. Their imagination is running away with them. It's weird because you are kind of manipulating the situation, but to their benefit. It's like there's nothing, I don't feel like there's anything really wrong with that. It's being taken the wrong way, though. This has a lot to do with history, though, I'm getting, too. Like, because it's either you get along really well or you're really at each other's throats, they just don't feel like you have the best of intentions. Sometimes you and this person just do really not get along. Now, this is complicated, but I feel like this is what's happening. You're trying to set it up to their advantage. They're catching wind of that. They don't like it. You're catching wind of them not liking it. This is not a direct confrontation. Like, they hear from around the way what you're doing. They don't like it. You hear from around the way that they don't like it. That's kind of what I'm getting. You got the Four of Swords because you're just like, oh, for the love of it. Because I feel like you're like, come on. Like, I was doing this to make the situation work out better. Now what am I going to do? I'm already knee-deep in this. What do I need to do to fix this? Because you're thinking, I just need to find a way to fix this. I didn't mean for that to happen that way. I didn't want them to think I was taking advantage of them, and I'm not taking advantage of them. But all right, I understand they're taking it the wrong way. How do I fix this? And between the two of you, this is how this starts. I feel like you're trying to level with them what you were doing and why. You're just trying to level with them. I'm getting they're trying to level with you where they don't believe you. This does not seem to go well. I'm getting at first, you're both kind of trying to be nice about it. You're explaining why you were doing what you were doing and why you thought that was a good idea. They're explaining to you why they think that was a bad idea and how they don't believe you. I feel like that's coming back again. They don't believe you. It starts off fairly cordial. You're headed towards the Devil card. I feel like you're heading for another moment, which makes sense why that's hot and cold, because I feel like you're headed for a big argument with this person. The Devil card with the Destiny is like you're headed for another one and there's no way to avert it. You're trying to work this out. You're not trying to make a problem. But between the two of you, the Devil card is happening because I'm getting both of you are getting on each other's nerves. I feel like you're trying to tell the truth about really why you were doing that. They're pointing out like that's not really what you were doing. You were trying to manipulate me. And I feel like the two of you just keep trying to reiterate your point, and it becomes an all-out argument, and it becomes a big fight. I feel like what they're saying here is that you and this person are just never going to see eye to eye long enough to really make it a good situation. And it's like, from this moment, you have to decide what you're going to do because you need to accept, is what I'm getting, the two of you are not going to be able to work well together. So one of you is going to have to change the situation, and it's probably going to be you. Because it's always going to keep coming back to these arguments, and I feel like that's what they're highlighting here. Like, even with best of intentions, it still blows up in your face. I'm getting, like, no matter what you do, it just seems like you always end up... I feel like when I'm seeing this Devil card, it's not the first time this has happened. It's not going to be the last time. It's just figuring out what do you need to do to stop having to work with this person or deal with this person in this realm. Because I'm getting, like... it just seems like it's not working. It's just not working. And I feel like that's the point of this with Destiny, saying it's not the first time, it's definitely not the last time. The longer you deal with this person, the more it's going to repeat, just keep happening. So when you get to this time, when you have the Devil card and you end up in this blow up, the two of you arguing and having a very bad moment, afterwards you have to decide for yourself, first of all, but you have to realize that this is not the last time. That every time the two of you come together, it's going to end up in this type of thing. And you just have to decide, what do you need to do about it? How do you change the situation so that the two of you don't have to deal with each other directly like this any longer? Or at least, what do you have to do to change the situation so that, at least at the very least, there's somebody between the two of you that you both work with who hopefully can be like a mediator or something. Because I'm getting, with this person, this is never going to work out. And it's you realizing it's never going to work out, and what do you need to do with it from there? And they're not giving the answer about what you need to do with it from there. They're saying you're going to realize what you have to do after this point. Because you have to get to that point where you realize, even with best efforts, the two of you are not going to get along, and not for long enough to where it's sustainable. All right. Are we done? All right. Whatever they wanted to say, they're just bringing this forward. They want you to realize what's actually happening here. So I get that you just have to get to that point to realize. They're telling me the message is there, and that I just need to let it go. So I'm going to let it go. So thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.